Hello WebPage students. Today we're going to talk about WYSIWYG editors. A WYSIWYG editor stands for is what you see is what you get. And the next part about WYSIWYG editors is as you design, you can actually see that design, how it would look on the web page versus scrolling back and forth like we did in Notepad++. Well, the very first thing that we need to do is to open our Dreamweaver program. So we're going to go to all programs and then we're going to go to Adobe. We're going to scroll up to the Adobe Master Collection. We're going to click on Dreamweaver and click it open. And Dreamweaver should look something like this. Now I've made a couple of changes to my panels bar, which I'm going to show you how to do that. But the very first thing I'd like to show you is this window, and you want to go to Workspace Layout and you want to hit Reset Designer, because that totally changes it back to the system's default settings. So one of the ways in which you can change the different parts of this is through this window bar. And if I get rid of the CSS style sheet, I click off that arrow, you can see that that part is gone. Or I can click back the CSS styles and you can see that they're there. Now, in Dreamweaver, there are three areas. The first area where this green little bar is, where you can add new files and stuff like this, is your workspace. The second area is over here in the corner here. This is called your panels bar. And you can collapse it or you can open it up. You can even make different changes. Like this Adobe browser bar, I don't know if I want that Adobe browser bar in there, so I'm going to close that particular tab group. And this business catalyst, I don't necessarily know what we're going to use it for, so I'm going to close that. So I'm going to keep the insert, the CSS styles, and the AP elements, the files, and the assets. And we'll talk more about this as you learn how to use this software. And at the top, I'm going to move this window down or move this up a little bit. At the top here, you can see there's file where you would do your new or open your file, edit with different functions, view, which will allow you to zoom in and zoom out and magnify different things on there. Insert, modify, format, commands, cite. We'll talk more about those, but window was the bar that I showed you a little earlier, where if you click it, like I clicked the files asset or the files menu and it popped it out here. This was because this is collapsed. Now if I open that up, it'll put the file menu down here. And it's personal preference on how much you like to work with these things and what particular format will give you enough space as a designer. And each person has their own personal preference. Now, this last tag that I'm going to show you is the properties tag. And I'm going to double click on the name part and it is gone. It actually has gone below the screen here, as if I move that down you can see it, and I double click and I click on it and it's back there. And we're going to talk about each one of these sections. Well, this is the workspace for Dreamweaver. So you have your workspace, your panels, and your properties. Thank you and good luck.